heights. Because I know, like I said, I don't know what's in this room. I don't know the talent. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what your dreams are. One of the reasons that I'm trying to tape this is that very often when I speak, I am what they call preaching to the choir. That means that the people that understand what I'm trying to share and believe in sharing and believe in rising above their circumstances and pulling other people up and being shining examples for people to focus on, a lot of them are not here. We're not going to let that bother us. The people that are here are the ones I believe the infinite power decided should be here. Those that are not here, they will be blasted on YouTube and Facebook and other places. So what I want to do is open the floor up to some ideas, some questions, some feedback from, yes, Steve.
Henry, on just what you mentioned with those that are not here, anytime we meet people and talk with them, we encourage them to come to events that the city sponsors. And are you saying just let that slide, or is there a way that you would say, let's promote this and get more people to attend things like that? There's a lot of people in town that qualify to come here.
Yeah, that's right. One of the things that you have apathy, you have lack of concern. We should always, I think, encourage people. This room should be full. One thing that really bothers me, I've heard some very powerful speakers share some excellent messages, and you look around, you can't find the audience, and in fact, you can't find the media. One thing that I do is once every 2 months, I produce Visions newsletter, which is available in hard copy and online. And I share with other people, those that subscribe and those that just happen to have access to the internet, which on the internet is a free service, to let them know about the positive things people are doing. Number one, we should try to bring more people in. And number two, think in terms of what am I doing today and what can I do in the future to enhance and support. For example, the support of the organization. The organization is fine as it is, and as much as it does, it might be able to do more if they had more participation, not only from the people that are here, but people from outside. Those resources are valuable. In a town like Twinsburg, you think in terms of Rotary International. 3 men sat in a hotel room and founded Rotary International. That was 3 ideas. Well, 3 different sources of ideas. The more input you have, the greater output you have. I am happy to have been associated with Hugh O'Brien, who, I don't know if I've got his photo out, but I hope I brought it with me. Hugh O'Brien, who's known to many of us back a while ago, is Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp was famous on TV for what he did in the movies, but what he did after he did what we're all familiar with, he founded a worldwide organization that takes talented 10th graders and mentors them. And this organization spreads throughout the world. I was blessed to be a part of the presenters that presented at several universities, Denison University for one. I have a little autographed picture of Hugh O'Brien, and of course, the picture is Wyatt Earp. But what he did is he reached far beyond what the movies portrayed him as once he finished doing what he did to make a living. And now for people all around the world, talented 10th graders, he's making a life. And the idea is you take the 10th graders who were selected by the member schools in that particular district, you give them the information, they inspire each other, they take that back, hopefully to their school, and they share that. Each one can teach one, and actually each one can teach more than one. So in answer to your question, you know, anything that we do, whether we accept it or not, we're all teachers. somebody is looking at your life as an example of what they want to be and what they want to become. And what I'm saying is the more we can do for ourselves and organizations that are self-help organizations and school systems, then the better off we are, because somebody is going to mimic that behavior. We know what comes up on 6 o'clock news, and that behavior too often is mimicked. Yes?
Normally, these meetings are full of the seniors, and there's an awful lot of talent here. And because it's September and the kids all go back to school, some of them are snow, they go to Florida and so forth. Others are not feeling well, or their eyesight is declining, and they depend on a ride and so forth. But yes, I'm along with you, but normally it's really filled up, but today it's not.
This is a good showing. I had occasion to speak to an audience of 3 people. And one thing that, and I don't know whose fault this is, I'm not going to try to blame anybody, but I did some adult education classes in the city of Twinsburg. And at one point they merged with Solon. I don't know if any of you recall it. Solon and Twinsburg together had classes in the Solon school. I was told by a person who tried to sign up for one of my classes, one of my sessions, that they took their name and they said, "We will call you if the class is not canceled." Now, that's not very proactive. It seems like somebody didn't want me to share the message. I don't know if they didn't care about education. I don't understand what it is. What happened is they called me from whoever was in charge at that point. They called me a couple of days before the event. They said, "We're afraid we have to cancel the session because there's not enough people signed up to pay you." And I didn't say, "Well, you know, did you call back everybody you said this probably won't happen?" I said, "I'll do it for nothing." So my $25 fee, which was really going to take me into another income bracket, I put that aside and I talked to 3 people. A year after that session, a lady was behind me in the grocery store and in Giant Eagle, and she said, "You talked to me about a year ago in one of your sessions, and she told me how her life had improved over the past year, not because of anything that I did particularly, maybe just because I showed up. It was raining, there was 3 people. There's all the reasons in the world why that session should not have happened. But I decided, Les Brown said it best. I took his workshop, and one of the things he said is, he said, if there's only one person in your audience, wear that one person out. You talk to them until their ears bleed. I haven't been able to accomplish that yet. But what I'm saying is, when you go out and you do your best and you bring to the table what you have to bring, somebody will pick it up, and it might, there's a term, it takes only one. It was a young monk that started the Protestant Reformation. It was a young lady that saved the territory of France. Sometimes it takes only one. So when the numbers are down, that just makes me realize that, okay, you got to speak again somewhere else. If you got to take the information on that video and you've got to share it wherever you can. You know, we do the best with what we have, and that's all anyone can ask. And when you develop that mindset and you share it, then what you do is you empower yourself, because circumstances are going to beat you down. There's going to be someone that doesn't think what you're doing is important, and it may not be, but if it makes you feel good, I say go on and do it. There's always going to be obstacles. In the early 90s, I tried to share. I spoke at Cuyahoga Community College in front of 6,000 people in 1991. It was a graduation of the seniors. And the sound system was excellent. It was reverberating. I heard my voice coming back, and people were jumping up and down.